La Liga Lounge, it's for the boys. Dan and Houston on again. La Liga Lounge, round up the boys. Tell your wife and tell your friends. We play for keeps and every week we tell it like it is. La Liga Lounge, when all is said and done, we can all agree. FTC.
Welcome back, gentlemen, to another episode of the La Liga Lounge. Me and Houston coming at you per usual. Houston with what do you got there? The Absolute?
Sponsored by Absolute Vodka. You guys remember my drunk rants on the group meet? The Absolute Vanilla is back. So figured,
Wow.
Oh yeah, we get it all tonight. So
this guy's got to work after this meeting too. So he's really laying on the line.
Late night, but yeah. Sorry, we've been off the grid, guys, but we're back.
Yeah, we missed the last few episodes, boys. Not good ones to miss considering the timing of them, but I don't see anyone else out here making a freaking podcast for our league, so I don't really want to hear about it, really.
Love the game.
So
Josh is the only one to give a shit, and he's the only one that can give a shit.
Yeah, facts. All right, well, let's get into it, Houston. We got a lot to cover. We missed a lot last couple weeks here. First and foremost, we had a pretty wild, I don't even know how to categorize this, but insane breakdown for the playoff seeding there, Houston. You want to get into that?
We picked some crazy weeks to miss. So going into last week, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, we had Eric need to win to get in. Jeff needed to win to get in. Anthony needed to win to get in. Forbes needed to win to get in. And Forbes took care of business. Not too much of a story there. And we all thought Anthony was going to fall off like we did, right?
Well, Forbes had clinched. Timmy beat whoever he beat to be the 5th seed. And then it came down to, Anthony, Jeff, and Eric. And Jeff and Eric were playing against each other.
Okay, so Nick was in, but Anthony could have beat him to get in. Got it. So 3 people vying for a spot. It comes down to Monday. Were the Lions playing Monday night?
No.
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 Raiders? No. Jesus, how long?
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah. So Lions there. Goff threw a pick, but they credit it to somebody else. And so
No,
Jeff
fumbled, Hughes. He fumbled. He fumbled the snap. Fumbled the snap.
They didn't record it right away. So it was probably Wednesday morning that we all thought Jeff won. I think it was around sometime Wednesday that they changed, took the 2 points off, which made Eric win. Eric isn't responding to the group me. Group me's going wild, right? Like fucking wild. Eric doesn't set his lineup because I assume he's like, fucking, I'm out. And rinses Ruben in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. But can we just
that's the story of the playoffs right now. The Cinderella who didn't even know he was in the dance.
I just can't even believe that went down the way it did, right? Jeff won. Jeff had thought he won. He won by 1 point. And then Wednesday morning, it comes in, the stat correction comes in, and all of a sudden, I looked at my phone, and Eric's sitting there in the playoffs. I'm like, wait, I thought Eric lost. Looking at this, and then all of a sudden, I get a call from Josh and Kevin, and we're talking. And it's just dude, all this shit went down so fast, out of freaking nowhere. Gotta be Houston. Gotta be probably the worst loss anyone's ever taken in the history of the league, I would say. Jeff probably just had the worst luck I've ever seen from anyone in the league. I will no longer take ownership over the worst luck this year because I'm saying it's Jeff for sure.
Yeah. So it was
brutal, dude.
Lions versus Bears. They lost that game. 101 to 100. What Eric won. Brutal. And I saw a thing on Instagram, and it was higher scoring game, but it was like, what a brutal fucking way, stat correction. And I think it's in that activity chat. You can see the stat corrections over the years that they make a couple days after. And I was on Instagram, all the fantasy shit we follow. And it said, this guy lost Jared Goff's stat correction to make the playoffs. And I was like, that sucks. And then literally 10 hours later that night, everyone's going nuts. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Dude, absolutely insane.
Absolutely. So Jeff, that is a bad beat, sir. While he's in Vegas, fucking real. But other than that, then we moved to the first round of the playoffs, right? You want to recap that, Dan?
Yeah, we had some big games in the first round of the playoffs here. Let me get it up on my phone. We had Ruben and who did we say? Ruben and Eric
Ruben and Eric. Eric played
in
him
the first round. Eric took care of business.
Yeah.
And Ruben really just had a shitty week, really, which was kind of disappointing for Ruben. Ruben, if we would have had an episode not too long ago, I might have picked Ruben to be my champ, honestly.
Yeah.
But Ruben's dropped out, so Ruben lost to Eric, who I think was an underdog win for Eric. Good win for Eric, making it to the Final Four. And then we had, what do we have? I'm on the wrong thing here.
Forbes beat Timmy 118 to 114.
Great game. 118
great
to
game.
114 between those two. I'm not gonna lie, Houston. I love seeing Forbes make it into the Final Four. I don't know how many times he's been here, but it's not been very many.
Not a
And
lot.
we've been giving this man, I've given this man a lot of shit over the last few years, and he's just throwing it back in our face, and I love it. I've never been so happy to be wrong in my life, really.
He's a fun shit talker, right? You're gonna have fun with him. I think I might be rooting for Forbes.
I think I am too, dude.
And we also talked about how I'm just looking at it now, right? Kevin took the 1 seed from Josh, and Dan, emotionally a lot for me because Josh has been kind of a prick all season. Top dog and all that, and he has been. And it pains me to see Kevin, like it's recency bias. Josh has been more of a dick lately than Kevin.
Yeah.
So I'm almost happy Kevin took that 1 seed. And if I'm Josh, I don't want to play Eric. That's the Cinderella story. Forbes' team.
I don't know, man. I almost think I'd be more scared of Forbes than Eric right now.
Well, he's got Purdy and CMC there, right?
Yeah.
Couple things to point out. Couple things to point out. Just to add to the drama. Timmy lost by 4 points. Travis Kelce scored 5.3 points, and he traded Njoku, which we all tried to veto that trade. If he would have kept Njoku, he would have 21 points. He would have been in the playoffs. So that's kind of a funny thing. Also, I'm texting Forbes all day. I'm like, you can beat Tim, and he's like, no, I can't do it. Even after the first quarter, I'm like, dude, you're gonna beat Timmy. He's like, I'm not gonna do it. 39 points for McCaffrey. I text him and I said, I fucking told you. And Forbes texts me back, goes, never a doubt. For the whole time he's freaking out. I can't beat him. I can't beat him.
Oh man, well Forbes got a big one coming up against Kevin here, man. And Houston, I don't know if we want to highlight this a little bit, but this is going to be a good matchup. Projected 110 to 114. Kevin favored by 4. Forbes's wide receivers leave a little bit to be wanting, but otherwise, I'm on board with this team, man. I really like Forbes' team otherwise, and I think he's got a good shot. Kevin's team should not be the number 1 seed. I'm going to say it and put it on the record right now. It shouldn't be. I have more points scored than Kevin does, and I finished dead last in this fucking league. So that should tell you something about why Kevin's just had the matchups this year. Things have been going his way, and I got to think that luck runs out here.
So I'm looking at
the prediction now. I know we were supposed to wait, but I'm making it now. I'm going to take Forbes over Kevin right now because I really, really feel that happening, and I really want it to happen because I would love to see a Nick Forbes in the championship. Dang it,
dude! A Forbes versus Eric in the championship to knock out both buys would be fantastic. All right, here it is. I'm gonna go off script, guys. Sportsbook first line since I think week 1. We haven't had one to take Super Bowl matchups for fantasy football. Forbes versus Eric plus 350. You bet me that money, I will pay you. I got a Venmo balance. It's there. It's at the IC insured. I will pay you that money plus 350. I'll take bets up to $50. You go place it for that matchup. Doesn't matter who wins. That's the matchup. Come place the bet.
Wow, I love it. I think that's what we all want.
Place that bet, Josh. Do you like that one? You like that bet? You hedge yourself a bit?
Yeah, big good hedge, Josh. You should probably take it. No?
We'll see where the cards lie.
And more about Kevin's team, Dan. He has, I don't know who his quarterback was. It's Herbert in IR.
Yeah.
Browning now, which was a great pickup. He's getting points, but playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're trying to stay 500. I don't know. And I was looking at all his players because, like you said, Dan, his team doesn't look that good. I went and looked at the rankings of each one of their position players. Only 2 are in the top 10, and they're Rashad White and James Cook. Surprisingly, is like number 5
Mhm.
back. Rashad White's 4. Everyone
Mhm.
else is outside the top 10. He's got a credit, a very well balanced team. But you're absolutely right. It's been like he's played people when I would be interested for Max to come in and see the points against Kevin this year. And I can certainly might fucking go look at it now, Kevin, because fuck you.
Yeah, but Houston, you're right. I mean, the sentiment rings through. Kevin's team has not been fantastic. He's just been somehow racking up the W's.
1395 points against, which is the 3rd lowest.
Yeah.
Josh has the lowest with 1200, and then Forbes has the 3rd or the 2nd lowest with 1346. So Kevin, interesting.
So much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you can't control in this game. But all right. So Houston, I got Forbes over Kevin. Are you going? What's your prediction there? Let's lock that in.
McCaffrey against Baltimore.
It's not a great matchup. It's not great, but it could be high
Even though I
scoring.
put the odds out there plus 350, you guys can go make a pretty penny. I'm still going to take Kevin in this. I'm still going to take Kevin. I think the matchup is going to favor him once again. I'm rooting for Forbes, but I'm going to take Kevin in the bet. And then for Josh versus Eric, who's Josh's 9 Miami Dolphins play? Dallas. Ooh.
That's a tough matchup.
Yeah, and Murray.
Tyreek Hill's coming off an injury.
I don't love that. Hurts against the Giants division opponent, had a couple bad games. I like Eric to take that. So I think sportsbook odds are there, but I think Eric will play Kevin championship. What about you? What do you got in that second game?
So I'm just gonna be the complete opposite of you here. I'm gonna take Josh over Eric.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about Josh's team. Actually, now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer, the matchups I'm not in love with, but Josh's team has been the clear and above favorite all year long, in my opinion. And I think that rings true throughout this week as well, through Eric versus Eric this week. Eric's got Jalen Hurts, and like that's pretty much it, really. I mean, and David Njoku, actually, I'll give him Njoku because Njoku's been going off lately. But I don't love Eric's team. Josh's team, I'm a little worried about his Dolphins. But even if he can't get his Dolphins in there, he's got some guys on the bench who could help him out. Ty Chandler from Minnesota is a nice pickup. Yeah, I like Josh's team. I'm gonna go with the Josh Forbes final this year, and I would be so excited to see it. I really would be.
Who are you gonna start at quarterback, Josh? Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield?
Good
I
question.
haven't quite made that decision yet. It's a 50-50 toss up right now. Yeah, it is. I traded away Tua thinking that Kyler was going to be, my bread and butter, and he's just not come back where I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, that was a bold move. Josh, one thing that might nip Josh in the butt here, Hughes, is all those trades he's been making down the line. I really feel like you gave up some of your depth, Josh. I really feel like you did. And now you got 2 Dolphins who are questionable. It could come back to bite you in the butt, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the playoff picture. That's the playoff picture, boys. We got the final 4. Josh versus Eric. Forbes versus Kevin. 2 great matchups. Quality shit right there.
Now to the only thing that matters.
Now to what we're all really here for. The frickin' show tourney, boys. Down to the final 4 here as well, Houston. And both you and I are heavy features in this bracket, which is no surprise considering how the season's been going. But what do we got here? What's the matchups, Hughes? You got it up? I don't got it up.
Yeah, so Josh wants me to emphasize that I didn't start my lineup last week. I think I have 1 or 2 guys out. Big reason.
No, that was Murphy.
That was me. I definitely didn't start somebody that I should have.
No, so. Murph had Stroud out, Olave out, and he had Riley Patterson, which was dropped. So he had a free agent. Well, I think he's a free agent now, but he definitely did not get the start as the kicker for the Lions. So we had 3 players not playing.
Got it. Yeah, I'm going to keep Najee Harris. I can't believe I traded back for Najee Harris. I was desperate to try to make the playoffs. I have to keep that little C word back in my lineup. But, yeah, I do not want to get chode there. Not like anybody on.
Before we get too deep into the chode talk,
Yeah.
Is the chode punishment even going to be a thing?
What do you think, man? Our league's is a bunch of pussies.
I don't know. Well, the thing is too is like I just need some more establishment from our commissioner on this type of shit. You know, more lay down the law, Kev. People haven't been drinking their beers. People haven't done a chode punishment in the 12 years we've been alive, man. Like, what the hell? You know,
We can't
Get
we
your
can't
shit
get
together.
people to go get a buzz on a Wednesday, drink a beer. Like,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I don't know. It's pretty sad.
You know, honestly, if we didn't have this podcast, would the league even be alive? I don't know, because our commissioner doesn't do diddly squiddly.
Wow. So if the podcast ever went on strike, I would be curious to see what happened.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. But luckily for Kevin, we're not in a union. We're not really on that type of front here. So I don't think the podcast is going on strike anymore. We'll just miss weeks here and there because we feel like it.
Yeah. We got cool lives. We missed the playoffs. We took that fucking ticket to Miami, man. Are you kidding me? Or to Timbuktu.
All right. Chode
What
matchup.
city are you in?
What?
What city are you in?
Me?
Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm broadcasting from Lewiston, Michigan, dog. My
You're still in Lewiston.
hometown,
Okay.
baby.
Okay, I didn't know you were still there.
No, I'm just
Looked
at,
like you went farther north.
no,
So who do you
it
got?
does feel that way.
We're betting with ourselves, Dan. Who do you got in the show championship here?
Who I got making to the show championship,
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah. Who do you got losing? I mean, me and Murph are at the bottom right now.
You and Murph at the
If anyone
bottom.
wins, you're out. But if me or Murph, so wait, yeah, this week will determine the show championship. It's tough.
Tough for me to call between you and Murph Hughes. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here because I think Murphy's checked out pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the win this week.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, bro, but I think I'm gonna lose. I just know that I just got that feeling in my gut that I'm gonna lose. Me and Anthony actually have a pretty good matchup, projected 111 to 106.
Yeah.
But I got some running backs. I got some hurt running backs right now, bro, which is what's really hurting me.
Yeah.
So if I got two guys questionables in there, if one of them sits out this week, then I'm gonna be in trouble. And I think
I think Jacobs plays, and that dude has been catching like 5 a game.
Mm-hmm.
And Lamar, assuming they go down to San Francisco and they're just
Mm-hmm.
throwing the ball, I think he's going to get a ton of points running and throwing. I think you're good. Eckler hasn't been this year. Kamara could blow up. I think you're good. I think you got this. So I think we're going to be looking at Anthony Murph. They're both not going to respond. They're both not going to set their lineups, and neither one of them will do the punishment. And what will Kevin do is the question, because I know what Murph and Anthony are going to do. What's Kevin going to do?
Yeah, that is the question.
I mean, that's all we got on the docket. We should get maybe one of the champions on next week. One of the people playing for the ship.
I think we should probably get both.
Oh, a little dual matchup. Yeah.
Just give him the mic for a couple minutes.
Yeah. And a little shout out to Josh for being our editor, coordinator, getting everybody. I mean, he gets our guests on, he messages everybody, makes sure Dan and I are held accountable.
Yeah, me and Houston really just show up and talk. And Josh,
let's get both of them on next week. That's going to be huge. All right,
well, I'm already always on here anyway, so.
Well, how?
There you go.
Yeah, that could be tough. Assuming the 27th, 28th holiday. People are going to have to make it work.
We'll figure it out.
These football players got to play on Christmas Eve. These guys can jump on a podcast 2 days after Christmas.
That's right.
Although Dan might not be able to. Might be hunted. Dude, snowmobiling.
Yeah, something. We'll see. I'll make it work, boys. I'll make it work. All right, fellas. I think that does it for the episode. So, as always, FTC, and we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Good luck to those in the playoffs, and yes, FTC.
All right, boys.
We can all agree